fight for one bite, you dead. So if you're gonna find me for my heart, all you're gonna get is battle scars.
What can I say? I need more than desire, more than just a pretty face. So girl, you better walk away. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Only one love up beside of the fire. Someone who can handle me. Someone cut your heart to be. Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you try to come closer, I'ma give you some closure. Before you know it, it's over. So run away, run away. I'm not trying to hurt you, but I will if I have to. I'ma tell you what I do. Run away, run away. Baby, I'm a fighter, never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna find me for my heart, all you're gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 20 steps ahead. Baby, I'm a viper, one bite to dead. So if you're gonna find me for my heart, all you're gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a fighter, never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all you're gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 20 steps ahead. Baby, I'm a viper, one bite you dead. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all you're gonna get is battle scars. What can I do? Gotta keep every heart safe, so we make it out alive. I don't wanna waste no time. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Try to play nice so I won't give you heartache. Trust me, baby, when I say, girl, you better walk away. Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you try to come closer, I'ma give you some closure. Before you know it, it's over. So run away, run away. I'm not trying to hurt you, but I will if I have to. I'ma tell you what I do. Run away, run away. Baby, I'm a fighter, never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna find me for my heart, all you're gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 20 steps ahead. Baby, I'm a viper, one bite to dead. So if you're gonna find me for my heart, all you're gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a fighter, never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all you're gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 20 steps ahead. Baby, I'm a viper, one bite you dead. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all you're gonna get is battle scars. think I'm ready for you. Don't think you're ready for me either. I know you've been with her too long. It's okay, I'm just saying. What if she told you that she still likes you and she wants you to come back? Would you go and pretend like I'm nothing, although you want her, want her, want her? I need you back, back, back. 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 Trying to figure who I am, and I want us both to understand. No.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the TrackMania Grand League, step number 1. Currently we're still in the warm-up. So let me enable the sounds real quick. We will be following TMGL throughout this race. But maybe before that, let me introduce myself. I'm Jefferson. I'm a big fan of TrackMania, and I played occasionally. I also occasionally cast some matches here and there. And I am not too sure what I'm seeing right now on the side of the screen, but the textures are looking a little bit strange, I have to admit. Not sure if there's an issue here, but this is not normal looking. Oh, having issues with the frames. That's not too good. Not too sure what's going on here. Lowered quality, alright. Let me have a quick look about that. Oh, you're fixing, alright, thank you. I'm not too sure. Really sorry about this. Anyway, we will be following TMGL. He's a newest TrackMania player for us. We will be following over the course of 6 maps in total, where we can accumulate points, but also the farther you go, like on map 3 and 4, you can manage to lose half your points. It's still not right. Oh, okay. I think I might have to restart the stream real quick, so if you can give me a second to do that. Alright, and we should be back. Really sorry about this once again, but let me know if there are any more issues that occur. Alright, so okay, it seems to work better. Okay, that's great to hear. Alright, so as I was saying, The racers will try to accumulate as much points as possible over the 6 maps in total. Now, on map 3 and 4, there will be a possibility to lose half of your points when you finish in the bottom 8. And as you move further to the last 2 maps, you can actually lose all your points. So if you finish once again in the bottom 8. So the farther you get into this into the maps, actually the more risky it can get points wise. So this is basically a cup where you really don't want to crash much and need to rely a little bit on driving more safe. But on the level we're playing today, I don't think all the players can rely on 100% safety and need to risk here and there a little bit. Now these 2 maps you just saw, the half-pipe map and the switch bridge, will be the 2 last maps that will be played. So these are the 2 maps where you can potentially lose all your points. So a strat could be for players to only train 2 maps, and that would be these 2 last ones. So they won't lose any points if they're completely no-lifed. So yeah, we can see, or potentially will see, who of the 16 players follow that strategy. Now, I don't expect a lot of them to do, but usually there's a few people who opt to go for that way. As they take us through this map for a little bit. Now, each map also exists with an identity. This is a part of the maps which stands out, and we're nearing it right now. Each of the 6 maps has an identity. Not necessarily hard, it's just a specific part of the map that really stands out. As you can see, is this: you switch from the surface, so you go from tarmac to grass to dirt, and flying in between the poles. Usually the identity is a little bit more difficult than the others sections of the map. And we will see how players will handle that today. I see most of them warming up. Everyone is in the server, so I don't think I have any issues besides the textures I see around that are looking a little bit funky. Let's see how TMGL is warming up right now, as we will be following him, of course, throughout this entire race. Hello everyone tuning in. Now, between map 4 and 5, I believe there is a little break. We will be interviewing TMGL for a little bit in between the break, and after the match as well, to hear his thoughts. And yeah, how we think he plays, and what he expects of the following steps, of course. In the meanwhile, I can start a brief explanation video. We'll probably set it a little bit more clear than I just explained. I will explain the format of the TMGL.
Welcome to a TrackMania Grand League step. Let's zoom in on how a step works. Each step is played under the Champion mode, which consists of 6 races taking place on 6 different maps. In each race, the 16 players will start the race at the same time and will execute 6 laps. The player with the best lap time is given 2 extra points for every race. For the first 2 maps, part of the opening phase, players get warmed up and win points according to their position. For maps 3 and 4, things heat up, and the players who finish the race in 9th to 16th place lose half of their points won from the previous maps. Every player still wins points for the maps being played based on their position. For the 2 final maps, the pressure is on and everything is at stake. Players finishing the race in 9th to 16th place lose all the points that they have won so far. In conclusion, step points are fully determined at the end of map 6. And these step points are then added to the global ranking.
Alright, I hope that cleared it a little bit more up for everyone. Enable the sound real quick. At least explain a little bit better than I did. Oh, and of course, before I almost forgot, don't forget to support your favorite player by typing Go and the player name. For example, TrackMania. Go needs to be capitalized though. Here on the left side on the screen in the live ranking, it will show you the amount of hearts the players get by the support. They get in the different Twitch chats. Yeah, exactly. You can fully win the first 4 maps, but if you do badly in the last 2, you can lose all your points, and you won't take any points into the overall standings. So basically, the last 2 maps are insanely important. And you need to make sure you finish in that top 8. Yeah, it's a scary format. But in comparison to last season, there were 3 maps where you were completely safe. You wouldn't lose any points, and on the 3 last maps, you would lose, like, the bottom 8 would lose all their points, so they dumbed the version down a little bit, or this season, by only losing half your points in the 3rd and 4th map. But it's still a scary format. If I only knew that, I am not too sure, to be honest. You are supposed to type in the player name, not the entire team name, but all right. Let's have a look here. Seems like we're about to start very, very soon. There we go. Start of TrackMania Grand League Fall 2020. The first map we start on is Flyback. Suppose we have a little warm-up first before we really start. Let's have a look here. Ooh. Yeah, we have a little warm-up of 1 minute and 30 seconds before we completely start. Alright, let's have a look at the identity first. It's a pretty interesting identity. So the idea is here, like you accumulate quite a bit of speed, you turn your car 180 degrees through this ring, which gives you a booster in the air, and you shoot yourself through this checkpoint with enough speed to land here again. And it's gonna be very interesting to see if all 16 players can do this clean 16 times. And actually, let's have a look here on how the players complete this warm-up first. So you guys can have a look at the map. You drive through all the spectators here. But hidden in the spectators is a small cactus. And you definitely want to avoid that, otherwise you bump and lose RD speed like TMGL just did. And here we go, the identity, you turn your car 180 degrees and with enough speed. You land all the way in front of the finish. Let's see. I will try to check a little bit on the players around TMGL as well, if that's possible. And here we go! Official start on the first map, Flyback. So, since it's the first map, you can't lose any points really. It doesn't really matter too much what position you go in, but having a top position is always nice. Get a nice lead, and TMGL already with a pretty good start up into the lead actually, battling with Peck and Papu. Let's see how he clears this drift together. Everything is still really close though, but seems Tween already made a huge mistake. He's 12 seconds behind, 13 actually. Kind of sharp turn from TMGL, but just barely makes it. Still close up in the top. Clears that section nicely, goes into the ice turn, gets almost overtaken by RL, but he manages to stay in front of him. Up into 4th place now, entering the identity. Let's see if he can make this clean. Carl Jr. with a very, very low jump. Doesn't seem to get the best speed and gets overtaken by quite a few people, as he's up into 7th place now, but managed to overtake Ryobu and gets ahead of 1 place. 5 more laps to go, and it's still really close. Can't really say what's gonna come out of this. Gets a really nice reactor boost section, and again steals another place up into the 5th. Here he goes, fills his Neo drift, and everyone almost seems to overtake him. It's so incredibly close. Also, this doesn't look like the best section, but maybe with a good identity he can manage to come back. People seem to have trained quite a bit, as we're nearing the identity once again. He's in 11th place now. Like 6 people overtook him. seems to get this one way better. And look at that speed. Insane. Still, seems like people who went earlier do have a little bit more momentum afterwards. But he did manage to get a bit closer and even overtake Bran. Once again, can he get this clear reactor boost section? Yes, he can! And he shoots in front of 3 people. If he manages to get this nicely again, he can keep his place. See, he does get it! Afi now with a mistake. Let's see. TMGL seems to benefit from that. But look at that speed from Afi! That's mad. Oh, he's in a battle with both Kappa and Afi, but Afi seems to shoot himself a little in front, almost touches the wall here. But he managed to save it. Let's see his identity here. Can he get that much speed again? Not really, but maybe he can keep the momentum, and Riolu touches the wall. That's really not that beneficial for him. And now TMGL is back into 7th place. Still battling with Afi and Kappa. Can he get this nice section once again? Yes, he does get it better than Kappa. But still in hot pursuit with Afi. Needs to adjust his line a little bit there, but it doesn't really cost him too much. Still, Kappa is really close behind, only 1/10 of a second. And still doesn't get the section the smoothest, but it still seems to work out, and he accidentally touches the cactus. And now 3 people can overtake him. That's really not what you like to see. But maybe with a few more good identities here, he can manage to catch up once again like he did before. Gets it pretty nicely and managed to take over Riolu into 8th place now. Bottom right, you can see the best laps here. See Spam doing fantastic together with Carl Jr. and Afi also in there, so seems to be on a good pace. Let's have a look. That is 1 second of difference between TMGL, Kappa and Yannex. So he needs to catch up 1 second if he wants to have a chance again. But Kappa now with a mistake. And there he goes. By just saving quite a bit. He managed to take over some people, and it seems to work out now. It's the second last time he will do the identity. See, most people don't really seem to have problems at all with this identity. Gets a very early landing, but maybe the momentum can help him out. Although Riolu came back with a massive jump. So he needs to watch out for that in this last round right now. Once more clearing this grass section. Still in pursuit of Afi. What? 0.7 of a second in front of him. It's gonna be very tough to do in one single lap. So we need to basically rely on some mistakes from the other players. And that doesn't look like the best slowdown, and he needs to go for a safe way. Now both Riolu and Kappa can overtake him. And once again he needs to rely on the identity once more. He's getting a little close to Kappa. Let's see one final time the identity. We managed to get a huge speed boost out of this. So you hear the crowd cheering. Doesn't seem like he will, and TMGL will finish in 9th place here. Were a few mistakes here and there, but overall pretty decent. And of course, every single point matters. It seems like Twin can't even finish, so we won't get any points at all. Of course, it seems Papu also drove the fastest lap, so we'll get 2 more points on top of his first place. So that's a massive 22 points he will get instantly. We go into the second map, which is Eurostep, map made by Table. And let's or is he? Let's follow. Never mind. We follow the pack. Let's follow them through the course of this warm-up. Now, if I could say, I'd say this is one of the easier maps from all 6 of them. So, on one side you might expect less mistakes, but on the other side you might expect them to risk a little bit more, because this is one of the easier maps to play, and well, you can't really lose points yet, so maybe there will be a few players who will risk for the best lap or fully risk for that first place, because there's a massive points difference between place 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Now, I actually did fail to show you the ident here, but let's see. No, it just cuts off in front of it. Basically, the identity exists out of a bunch of poles you need to avoid with a pretty high amount of speed. Right, let's follow TMGL. See how he clears this map. So we into the first round. Everything still seems fine. No big mistakes yet. We go TMGL once again with a pretty good start. Let's hope he can keep this up. Going for a lower jump, maybe. Decent into 4th place. No one really made a mistake yet. Go into that right corner. Oh, it seems Scrappy did make a mistake and is now all the way into last place with a 10 seconds deficit. So TMGL didn't seem like he had the best drift here and drops down to 14th place. So let's see if he can catch up with a good identity here. There we go, they slowed down just enough so they can take these turns sharp enough. And he managed to catch up to Bren at least. Still, it's very close. He's only 1.5 seconds behind first place. And there he goes with a very beautiful turn. He managed to get closer to the pack, now into 11th place. Let's see if he can keep this up, just a little bit behind Matt. Also managed to take him over. Look at this. Going for a little bit of a lower jump, but look at that speed from Matt. Where did that come from? He's still going. A little bit of drifts on the dirt it seems, but that doesn't seem to work out too much as Kappa instantly came closer. He did get it better than last time though, but still doesn't look too good. as we're nearing the identity once again. 12th place. Let's see what he can do. Releases just enough. And actually drifts here. That didn't seem like the best way to do the identity here. As Yannick's now even overtakes evoN here. But two mistakes at once, it seems. Yannick and Fafu. Oh, never mind. Yannick is here. And now all of a sudden evoN is in 10th place. And it seems to be working. As long as he's driving safe enough, other players will crash. And he can manages to take them over just bit by bit. So again, will we see Matt with a massive jump here? Not really, actually. And it seems evoN is in front of him now for real. Barely managed to avoid the wall here. As for a low jump, seems to work comfortably in 9th. The rest of the pack seems to be a little bit more in the front, a little bit farther. We'll see if evoN is gonna go for them or not. He might be fine with this, driving safe, securing his 9th place again. But Tween is falling behind a little bit. And he seems to be hunting him down. Only 1/10 of a second. And it seems that the pack is falling down bit by bit actually. As he's battling right beside Tween right now. Might be that evoN is feeling way more comfortable on this map than the last one. Once again going for quite a low jump. Just makes it. Gets a nice apex through that turn. And seems to be in front of Tween right now. There he goes up into 8th place. Next player, Aurel. Only 2/10. Not 3/10 actually. As Aurel is extending it a little bit. See if evoN can do a nice identity here. Was it pretty safe actually, and it seems very nice. He's half a second in front of Tween, so if you can keep this up for 2 more laps, he should be fine. As long as he saves it. And Aurel made a mistake. Alright. Just driving safe, doing your own thing, seems to work out very good for evoN. Now up into 7th. And actually, I didn't notice before, or maybe it just happened, but Bran retired, so he won't finish this race. Not sure if he has any issues, or maybe just tilted already. Doesn't seem to really work out for him that well. Oh, and a mistake from evoN. Right before the identity on the booster, that's a very unfortunate place to crash. That's now 3 players can take him over. 10th place right now. And probably seems the players are a bit too much in front of him to get close in one last lap right now. So let him see. Let's see if he can clear this last lap clean at least. Gwen, I don't know where he came from. Never mind, see a Gwen with a mistake, so that should be fine. As the others are pretty far behind as well. As long as The'evoN doesn't make any mistakes, 10th place should be secure. Hoping for maybe a few mistakes from the other players in the final identity, but knowing their experience, they probably won't let that happen. And it's come up right here. Whoa, it's going for drifts. Not the best strat, but it seems to work out as Gwen is too far to make anything happen. And there he goes, 10th place. So on the following maps, you can of course lose half of your points when you're in the bottom 8. So it seems he might need to step it up a little bit, or at least be a little bit better prepared on the following maps. Because you don't want to lose half of your points. We go straight into map number 3, which is Sideway. Map made by Link. And you might already have spotted the identity from there. It's a bunch of U-turns on different surfaces. Go from tarmac to ice, to dirt, to a little bit of ice, to dirt and tarmac again. Let's see how players will manage to clear that, since ice is an extremely slippery surface. But once again though, I do believe this is one of the easier maps as well, just like Euro stuff. But with the amount of experience these players have, that's a bunch of audience there. But with the amount of experience these players have, they know they need to risk it if they want a good result. So you can actually go through the audience right there, and it will slow down a little bit, but it's faster than taking the normal road or course. So that will be the way the players will be opting for. And I should address the ice mechanics a little bit as well for the people who are not too familiar with it. Now, when driving on ice and you go either left or right, you can counter steer, and your car will move one direction way quicker. Like you go to left, you counter steer to the right, you will move way quicker to the left, and that's exactly what these players will be doing here. But it seems like we have started already, as we're in the first lap on Sideway. And once again, not too much happening. You can see in the live ranking near the bottom 8 that will lose half of their points. We'll get it here, the counter steer on the ice. Most of them make that very nicely. Here as well. So they not only do it once, but actually twice. It seemed like Ryobu bumped, or Matt actually bumped, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And we're gonna move on to the identity for the first time. Seems like The'evoN already managed to secure a 6th place here. Oh, he actually touches the wall. We'll lose a bunch of speed and almost just slows down to actually standing still. What was that? That's a very unfortunate start, as he is right now in 15th place. He's 2.4 seconds behind after one single lap. Now, it's not impossible to come back from this, but it's definitely very tough to do, and you need to risk. And I'm sure he will try to do that, but in front of him is a very, very strong opponent, Carl Jr., winner of the first season. Seems like he's already moved ahead. Let's see, he is actually going pretty damn fast, as he already went from 2.5 seconds behind to only 2 seconds. So he's catching up. Let's see if he can keep it up over the course of a few more rounds. 4 more rounds, I believe. Managed to avoid the wall this time. Can he get the dirt nicely? He will. With nice speed from that. Catches up to both Kappa and Yonex. But I'm not sure how the people in the lead are doing the identity, as it seems he lost 0.7 seconds in the identity alone. Even more. He needs to push it if he wants to catch up. I don't think relying on only mistakes from the opponents will cut it on this map when you're in 14th. Gets a fantastic slide here. There really seems to be a section he's insanely good at. Is this ice part. Riolo now with a mistake, so he gets 1 place closer. As he slowly closes in on both Yonex and Kappa. We see Gwen already a little bit further ahead. Goes a little bit higher. Riolo goes really inside. You can see the difference here. Riolo managed to get a little bit closer. That wasn't the best dirt entry from evoN, but he managed to avoid crashing at least. Let's look at the difference right now. Whoa! Where did Kappa go? He went straight into the hole, I believe. What was that? Alright, that's an well, that's an easy overtake for evoN, as he's up into 13th right now. Look at that, 2 people failing the ice. Wait, 3 people failing the ice. evoN is in 10th? And he only needs to catch up to 2 more people while he's still battling with Riolo. About 2/3 more people right now. And all of a sudden this seems doable, as Yonex makes a mistake, Riolo as well, I think. And it's not only Carl Jr. and Gwen in front of him, as he is in 9th place. See how we clear this identity. Managed to get it really good. Almost inside of Carl Jr. or again, not the best dirt section there. Maybe he doesn't know how to do it, or maybe it just doesn't get it every single time. But right now it seems very doable. Only a half of a second behind Gwen and Carl Jr. But evoN is very good on this ice section. See, Carl Jr. with a very weird line there. And look at this! Never mind, I guess. As Carl Jr. managed to come back with way more speed. But Gwen now with a unlucky line. TMGL managed to take him over, and he's up into 8th place. Still, Gwen is very close to him, so he needs to watch out. Gets a bad line and needs to release a little bit as it's coming down to the identity. So afterwards there's one more lap going. One more lap remaining, I mean, excuse me. Once again, TeamGL just doesn't seem to get the dirt line. And both Gwen and Yannick are shooting away. As he is now 1 second behind 8th place. He needs to rely maybe on a mistake or on his insane ice skills. Isn't looking too good. Let's see who will get it. And it seems everyone does get it nicely here. Seems like to be more of a battle up front. As you can see, TeamGL's back wheels touch the snow. You gotta slow down because of that. Still, gets closer to Gwen, who just doesn't get it as well as TeamGL does. And now, once again, for the last time, nearing the identity. Let's see if TeamGL can do it better this time around. Risking it, but it doesn't seem to pay off too much. Gwen with a mistake. He got that place for sure, but it doesn't seem like he will catch up to Yannick and Carl Jr. So he has to do it with a 9th place again. Which is a very, very annoying spot to be in, because you're just not 8. And you will still lose half of your points. Look at that, Spam also losing half of his 24 points. That's a minus 12 right there. That must be a bit frustrating, but right now TeamGL is in 11th. Let's see if he manages to do this map better, if he can actually conquer in an 8th place here. So now it's gonna be 3 jump by Softy. And as the map might already suggest, you need to jump through trees. So let's follow the players and see how they will clear the identity in this warm-up. Once again, the ice mechanics in the start. Also in the ending you will see them. Well, the camera angle might be a little bit strange when going downhill, but I don't think there's too much of that going on in this map. But once again, need to slow down on the ice actually. But this thing to clear it really good. Alright, one more looping and we'll go into the identity. Let's see who gets it. Jump through the first 3 sections and then one more time. Well, I mean, well, that's an interesting line to offer from TeamGL. Didn't know that was possible, but he's going from the left side through the trees. Seems to be way faster than going through the middle. And that was the warming up. Here we go. Wait, what? There's a pause? Right now. Wait, what? Not too sure what's happening, to be honest. Pretty sure the pause was between the 4th and 5th map. But seems they are playing. I can't see their names either. Not sure what the players are doing. I guess in the meanwhile I'll just... No... My bad. If it's a pause, we can do an interview. I'll check real quick if this is supposed to happen. Or if I just got the rules wrong. Resume match, never mind. We are starting. Well, that sure was smooth. Anyway, here we go. I think we messed up the pause with last season, since that was after 3 maps you had a break. But here we go. Seems TMGL got a decent start once again. Just in the middle of the pack. It's a little bit wider, but that's fine. And we already see a first mistake. Someone messed up his drift and went into last place. What's pretty high up on the ice, loses a little bit of speed with that, but not too much, it seems. And I seem to have disabled the names. There we go. And doesn't get a best reactor booster jump. Oh, Papu already way up in the lead, about a second. Everyone seems to clear the first jump. Oh, only one guy messed that up. Some people will go to opt for the left to get the booster. I guess that works. And oh, TMGL seems to clear the first lap nicely here. Messed up the drift a little bit, but this is in 7th place. So if he can keep doing this for 7 more rounds, he will keep his points. And gain some actually. Well, that was a nice turn. He overtook Papa, it seems. He's a little bit behind the pack. There are 4 players in front of him, and oh, Papu is way up in the lead. But that's a crazy ice section here. Managed to catch up to Tween, and he finds himself into 5th. Now last time he didn't get this section too smooth. Let's see what he's doing right now. Yonex, Tween going with more speed, but he's still really close. Also Span and Massa are so close behind him. Everyone seems to make it. Span with some nice speed. Afi doesn't look too good. Seems to clip the wall. And once again gets the final ice turn so nice as he finds himself into 4th and even getting closer to pack. That's how he does this. Pack going incredibly wide. But look at that speed he gets though. Although I'm not too sure if it's worth it. As he didn't really extend his lead with it, and now TMGL and Pack are battling. But once again, going into the ice turn. See if does he get this nicely this time around. Seems to get it pretty good, yes. He actually touched the wall just before the looping. I'm not sure how that exactly happened, but can he still make the jump? And that's really unfortunate. He hits a tree. Oh, that must be so bad. That's so tragic. As he finds himself into 14th place right now. That's incredibly unfortunate. Maybe he can still catch some places, but if he wants to reach the top 8 still, he needs to completely rely on mistakes by the other players. We're gonna have to see how the next maps go. This must be devastating. Still, with a format like this, you need to be mentally strong, it seems. Luckily for TMGL, there is a bit of a break, and he can refocus once again for the last two maps. Another valid strategy you can apply here is when you're so far behind, you can try to go for the fastest lap. Well, it doesn't look too good here, but driving the fastest lap will gain you 2 points, so you can definitely risk a lot in one single lap, and hopefully you can get it, as it seems to be Papu right now with a 116.997. Not too sure what TMGL's best lap is, but well, who knows? He might go for it. He goes for it. See Matt with another mistake. Tween is about a second in front of him. We have to see this upcoming identity. We have one more identity afterwards. As Yannick is here as well. Seems to have made a mistake, and there goes Tween. See ya. Riolo is quite close, but still, TMGL is 8 seconds behind 8th place, and Riolo now with a mistake. So he gets himself into that 11th place. Well, 12th right now, but battling with both Yannick and Riolo. We'll have to see in this final lap. It's probably coming down to the identity once again, which is just right before the finish of this map. He's managed to take over Yannick, and now Riolo with a mistake on the ice. That's gonna cost you a lot of time. Yannick still really close. Seems to have a bit more speed, but they're practically inside each other. See, Yannick has more speed, but gets the airtime though, so TMGL will manage to take him over. As we're one final time going into the identity, let's see if anyone makes a mistake at all. And it seems to be TMGL right now. Lands upside down, and he needs to respawn. That's really unfortunate. So no 11th place, and it seems he's 15th right now. Matt still with a mistake, so he managed to snipe Matt just right before the finish, and TMGL gets 14th. That's a bit unfortunate, as TMGL finds himself in the 13th place right now in the overall standings. But it's really gonna come down to the last two maps where you can lose all your points if you're into the bottom 8. It's gonna be interesting, and well, we have a break right now. This should be fine, right? And we will have a little bit of a interview with TMGL. Hello. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hello. Alright. So, how are you feeling, dude?
I'm not happy at all, man.
Yeah, that final map, that was a little bit unfortunate.
The identity is so fucking hard.
Yeah, I can feel you. You were doing so well as well, but yeah, man, that must suck.
Just little tiny mistakes.
Yeah,
Unlucky.
that's basically what this is coming down to with all these sick players around. Can't really afford too much mistakes, and yeah. So, well, any strategies you're gonna use in the final two maps? Like
I don't know. I think I'm gonna risk. I don't know.
risk? Alright, seems fair. Feel confident on those?
A little bit.
Alright, sounds good. You trained them more than the others, or?
Last one I did train more.
Alright, so do you also feel more confident on the last map?
Yeah.
Alright, that does sound good. Let's hope.
Yeah, let's hope for
The
the
others
best.
maybe make a few mistakes here and there as well.
Yeah, just gotta hope for the best.
Yep. Anything else you like to say?
I don't know.
Alright, then I guess I'm gonna leave you to it. A short interview, and I'll interview you again at the end of those two maps.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, good luck, man. Okay. Well, seems that's that. Seems to be a little bit more prepared for the last two maps. So I suppose that's a good aspect. But we need to hope the other players didn't prepare the same, which is probably kind of unlikely. So you might have more people who are in the bottom 8, like way below, who might went for a 2-map strat, like a full 2-map strat, and didn't train the other for too much, which is a valid strategy to go for, since you can basically manage to get top 8 by just finishing top 8 in the final map without doing anything at all in the first 5. Let's see, the players already warm up a little bit on this one, which will be the next map. I think you guys already saw the identity a little bit before. I'll follow Gwen real quick. So in this section you can build up quite a bit of speed by going pretty wide. As you can see, Gwen also going for quite a bit of a smooth landing. Also a bit of a mistake, but eventually you do need to release quite a bit for these half pipes, which is what the identity is all about. I mean, personally I don't think this is one of the hardest identities either. It just really depends on how much speed you want to carry through the half pipes. You can take this one easily very safe by slowing down a bunch, but as you're more in the back, You can also easily risk it by just carrying your momentum throughout these half-pipes. See, is Elon doing quite a bit of warm-up as well? Yep, he is. So we're almost starting once again. I do think we have once again the usual 1 minute and 30 seconds warm-up on this map. The final phase, and we don't actually have more warm-up, so I got that wrong. We're instantly starting, and yeah, we're already following TMGL. Let's see, he said he felt a little bit more confident on these maps. He trained it a little bit more than the others, so let's hope we can see that. Let's hope he refocused quite a bit. And hopefully he can stay top 8 here. The pack is quite mixed once again. And he carries himself into 2nd place, battling with the top here. So see Spam, Carl Jr., Papu. It's a little bit of a questionable dirt line, but he makes the jumps. Still, everyone is really close. Only Matt and Yannick's made a mistake, so they fell way behind, 5 and 6 seconds. And that must be really demotivating to see in the first lap already. TeamGL as well gets overtaken by quite a bunch of people actually. He went way too high up in the halfpipe, but he seems to recover pretty well. Kappa now with a mistake. And all of a sudden TeamGL is in 9th place, so that went rather quickly though. But he's still really close to the pack, so anything can happen basically. Some nice drift, battling with Afi. See, closing in on the others. Seems like the start of this map seems to be a strength, I almost say. Oof. Gets a clip on the side of the track, but he managed to recover decently. Gets overtaken by around 3 people. He needs to make something happen to come back though. Rio also now coming into the picture. And TeamGL in 11th place is only 0.7 seconds behind 8th. Let's see how we will tackle this second identity. Jumps way lower than before. Seems good. And managed to leave Riolu a bit behind him. Still, it wasn't the best identity. He lost a little bit of time on it, but he should be able to make up for it on the rest of the track. He's following Arel right now. But actually Arel together with Massa are the two in the bottom 8 right now with the most amount of points. 33 and 34, so you can see like players like Tween and Bran with only 6 and 8 points in top 8 right now. You might some people who indeed went for a 2-map strategy. See, it seems he's slowly closing on RL, but oh no, he just clips the back of his car on the dirt. Loses all his speed. That's incredibly unfortunate. Doesn't seem to be working out for him too well. Maybe he's still hasn't fully recovered from the last 2 maps. And what was Carl Jr. doing there? as he seems to drop down all the way to 12 now, right now. And that's an easy 11th place for evoN right now. Although Carl Jr. is slowly coming back. See, both of the players are really far behind the pack, so they need to make something happen. And evoN now with another mistake clips the wall. And it really isn't working out for him right now. Still, it isn't over yet. I mean, anything can happen in this format. With the final map as well, he can still manage to secure a top 8 position in the end. So as long as he can manage to refocus this map, just concentrate on the next map maybe, things still can work out. And once again he clips the back of his car on the dirt. Now twice in a row. And you just need to find the perfect amount of speed for those dirt jumps, otherwise you just get the slowdown like that. Not chasing Massa. I see a lot of players pack as well in the bottom 8, and evoN needs to respawn, unfortunately. He really isn't feeling it anymore, it seems. Only 2 more laps remaining, but right now he's 14 seconds behind 8th place. That's almost an impossible task. Catching up 14 seconds in 2 laps. The only thing he can really do now is try to hunt down Massa and Yannick's boat to at least try to get a few more points that he can take into the next map. And there goes Massa. It looked like he clipped his wheels once again, but he didn't lose any speed, so I guess that's pretty good. And you need to catch up 1 more second to Yannick's. Let's see if he can manage to do that. Massa also coming back somehow. He seems to be risking it a lot. Also in his identity, he's coming for Yannick's. Look at that. But now Yannick's with a mistake, so Massa might overtook evoN, but he got Yannick's at least. Which still should be good for the points. Let's see, he should have enough speed to clear this part. Oh, he aims for a little bit too low and crashed again. Now into last place, unfortunately. Seems like he's really out of it on this map. And yep, he needs to refocus for the final map, where he still can make anything happen. There we go. Into the identity one final time. Kappa also seems to have made a mistake. He's in 15th place right now. That's a mistake. Can he still make it though? No, he can't. He has 8 seconds to finish. I'm not too sure if that still is possible. Because if you don't finish, you don't get any points at all. And there go his points. And he has a complete 0, but look at that. Massa and Carl Jr. losing all their points. There were a lot of points. So that must feel quite tough. And now the final map, which is Switch Bridge, made by Firestorm. Yvonne said he trained this one a little bit more than the other one. So if he takes his time to, once again, just to refocus, just only focus on your own race and just save enough. He can still do top 8, it is possible. Right, and we go into this, the first section you're coming up already is quite a big jump actually, and you already saw someone filming the warming up. It's an important jump to definitely get the right angle and the right amount of speed, because sometimes you can land into a drift, but that's really not what you want to happen there, since you want to carry as much momentum as you can through that entire section. And that what we just witnessed was the identity on this map, where you switch on different kind of surfaces, such as grass and dirt, and you fly through the poles. These players will need to clear that 6 times. Here we go, the final map. Let's have all eyes on TMGL right now. We're going into the first few turns. Once again, a huge pack. Everyone drives nicely. See, Gwen already way up in the lead. 0.2 ahead. He has an insane start. But TMGL seems to hold it quite nicely. He gets a good amount of speed. And a very inside turn. Does it seem like the outside turn, or the outside line in that turn, seems to pay off way more, since everyone caught up. But it's still insanely close, and there were the first few mistakes. As we see Matt and Yannick drop down completely into the last 2 positions. Now once again, TMGL is chasing it back. But 11th place, he only needs to catch up 3 more places. And I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Pack. He has 51 points. Scrappy as well, down with his 35 points. TMGL though, up into 8th place right now, battling together with Bran and Tween. And Bran slowly falling behind. And right now TMGL is in 7th place. We managed to keep this up. Now Tween with a little bit of slalom, but is he going for that inside line again? Seems like he's doing that turn way better right now. And right now it's Spam that's falling behind. TMGL seems to be doing great right now. That's a very low jump on the grass, which managed to overtake Tween, or at least challenge Tween. Still in 7th place. Can't relax too much already, as we're only into the 3rd lap. Chasing down Afi and Tween. Managed to get really close to Afi. It's only 0.2 of a difference. A very low landing. Afi seems to have a little bit of a more speedier line, and Scrappy is right now 0.3 behind TMGL. So he needs to watch out a little bit. As you can see, Scrappy is catching him very quickly. And now yvonne is in 8th. And only Spam now, 0.1 behind. It's getting pretty close. Still, yvonne manages to hold up so far. So we're going into the identity a 3rd time. And what an identity that is! Managed to take over 2 players. There we go, 6th place. Still chasing Afi and Twin, but Spam now really close. They're both getting insanely close to Afi. It's now a 3-man's battle. I don't know where Afi is jumping to, but yvonne takes that 5th place for sure. Jumps quite low once again, which gives Spam more speed since he jumped higher, but it's not too big of a difference. He packed all the way in 15th place, 6 seconds behind. He has 51 points. Must feel so bad, man. Losing 51 points. I don't think you can come back from those 6 seconds. The final map. But look at this, yvonne in 4th place. He's just killing it out here. Afi coming back as well. It seems like he had this identity down quite fast. And now, where did Aurel go? Hello? I think Aurel made a mistake. I think he made a huge mistake as yvonne is not. What? Never mind. I think he has some internet issues here. I'm not too sure to say yvonne is in 3rd, but he's getting closer to Papu. This Papu has very low speeds. I'm pretty sure he should be 3rd place by now. And Kappa's on to 1st place. So yvonne is driving very solid. As to release though, that wasn't the best jump. That allows Afi, Spam and Papu to catch up. Still 5th place. That's very good. As he's a comfortable 2 seconds in front of the 9th place. Let's have a look right here. Managed to clear this identity as well. I'm actually getting quite a bit closer to the other players. Only 1 lap remaining. Can he do it? He's in 5th place right now. Although he does have 0 points. Getting 5th will give him a top 8 position for sure. That's 100% sure. See, every position that counts. But it seems Spam, Papu and Afi are already pretty far ahead. About half a second it seems. So I don't think it'd be worth it to risk it, but it seems he's getting closer to Papu though. He slowly creeps up behind them. The final identity. yvonne does seem to get these jumps very nicely onto the dirt. And one more turn. There he goes, 5th place for yvonne. That's a GG. After that horrible 5th map, he manages to secure a 5th place on the final map. And that allows himself to get a top 8 position here. But look at Aurel pack. They're losing 41 and 51 points. And yes, yvonne gets 8th. And he takes us 9 points into the overall standings. This is the league ranking right now. As you can see, Papu drove really solid with 92 points up into first place. It's alright. Second place we have Spam. Only seeing, I'm not sure if Scrappy actually lost some points, but only seeing Papu, Spam, and maybe Scrappy that didn't lose any points. Not too sure about Scrappy though, but that's insane. Alright, let's do our final interview with Ivan. He is ready for that. Hello.
Yo.
So, how are you feeling right now?
Well, good. Nice comeback.
Yeah, that was a very nice last map. But
I had a chance to get second.
yeah, I don't remember when really, but I think after the dirt jump you released a little bit because one
Yeah, I
marker
had
line. Yeah, that's still very good, fifth.
But yeah, I knew I was good on this map.
Yeah, and we saw it. So, can you maybe tell us a little bit what happened in the last two maps?
I mean, I tried to risk, but on Kaisla map it didn't really work out.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say that was stupid.
Yeah, maybe next time go for more save instead. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I suppose it was worth trying, since
Definitely.
you managed to stay calm on this map. And yeah. So for the next step, do you have any goals? Any way you're going into it?
I don't know. I mean, I will try again to focus more on the last two maps.
Yeah, that seemed to work right now. So.
But of course, play all of the maps.
Yeah.
Since 9 points is not that much.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, it's better to be able to carry your points throughout the entire match, of course.
Yeah.
But no different. How should I say that? Not gonna train more or less, or going for the same approach.
Yeah, I would definitely play more. That's for sure.
Alright. Well, that sounds good. Well, I think that kind of was it. That was a very nice map to finish it off.
Yeah, hope you had a nice cast, man.
Yes, that was very fun to cast. And next step is next week, right?
Yeah.
Alright, guess I'll see you
so.
then. And yeah, good luck for that. See ya.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Well, I guess that was it indeed. So, well guys, thanks for watching. And I'll be back next week with step 2 of the TrackMania Grand League Fall 2020. And hopefully Ivan will manage to get a few more points than he did today, but also a very nice map to